Alright. Oh god. Alright, so basically I understand where everybody's coming from here, but take it from somebody who's been through this process already and done the high school thing and currently trying to do the college thing, alright? So when you guys talk about your AP classes and you guys saying, oh, the grades are inflated, oh this, oh that, it doesn't prepare you, oh this, oh that. The only thing that the AP class prepared me for was learning how to burn the midnight oil, because the only thing you need to know how to do in college is have discipline and study your ass off. I'm sorry, that's all it is. You have to have that discipline. If you don't have that discipline, that's it. All right, you know how here in high school, we can basically BS our finals in some of our regular classes, but if you try that ish on the AP test, you might just flunk, and that's money that your parents didn't really have for that test in the first effing place, so you better do well on that test, or you better study. It's kind of like that, but instead, if you do wrong on your finals, guess what? You're taking that class over, and it's going to take you that much longer to graduate. It's totally different in college, guys. Like, I know that right now when you guys are in high school, it's all about the AP classes, the grades, this, that. In college, all it's about is just being disciplined. It's about focusing. It's about taking the time to study. The only reason why people fail in college is if they didn't have that work ethic here in high school. So if you were a slacker here in high school and you weren't really prepping, you were just BSing your way through your AP classes, you know, doing Spark Notes things when you should have just opened up the damn book and took notes. It's gonna be harder for you in college. Just telling you right now, because the professors will know. You can't just BS your way anymore. The people who can BS their way, they get through on that one test, sure. But on the next test, you're not so damn lucky, because you're gonna figure out sooner or later. It's about how you perform in your class and all your work ethic. So if you aren't performing right here in high school, don't expect to pass by in college. Sorry. I mean, it's a harsh reality. It's not about AP classes, regular classes. It's about who can do the work. If you're going to do the work and you're going to study your butt off, that's all that matters. It's not about your AP classes, because once you got into high school, or once you get into college, you don't give a damn. Oh, you took APs? Okay, while you were in those APs, did you study? Because that's all it's about here. If you didn't study, it doesn't matter. Oh, when you were in those regular classes, did you study? Yes? Okay, then that's all that matters. Do that same thing here. Don't get distracted with the college parties and the drinking and the sex, and maybe you'll get by. That's all there is to it.
It doesn't matter, even the AP class got abolished. Taking AP classes may not be the best thing for all students, because it limits the subject choices that students have, and the intense focus of curriculum may not satisfy the needs or interests of all students. To tell you guys in easier way, simple way, AP classes decides you what you should study. So I think it doesn't matter, even the AP class got abolished.
Alright, so you were saying that you want some reward for working your ass off in a really hard course, right? Alright, well here's an example. I'm in AP psychology right now, with Anthony in fact. We don't do shit in that class, I'm sorry, but we don't. We have bell work, right? We do bell work every day, we get to write our opinions about like psychology, it's a lot of fun, you know. But then most of the time the teacher's just talking about like, you know, some scary movie like, you know, The Ring or like The Exorcist. Like that's all we talk about, okay? Now I pay attention to that class, but my homework doesn't reflect that, alright? Because I don't believe grades themselves, you know, reflect someone's intelligence, but I'm getting there, okay? So I have a C in that class. By the whole system, that means on my transcript, it'll be a B. So you're saying that, you know, your grades will show off your hard work. Well, you know, I'm just floating by with a C right now. But on the transcript, it'll say I have a B. So I've been even more of a hard worker than my actual grade in that class. So that's just something to think about. And also, many of you might not know that AP classes are not looked at as much as extracurricular activities.
Curriculatory?
Yeah. Hey, I have a speech impediment. If you want to help me out here, maybe you can help me.
No.
Okay. Well, thank you. but extra class and extra clubs like this will actually weigh more on, just like what you're saying, you know, if you work hard in a regular class, it's working hard. Work hard in an AP class, it's still working hard. So that's what I wanted to say.
You forced me to go. You forced me to go. I should be able to talk when I want. You forced me to go.
Well, I've heard people say that, you know, the grade inflation isn't really worth it. But when you consider the work gap, of all places and times, we're doing a worksheet. Versus, let's write an essay. How much easier is doing a worksheet every day than writing an essay? You could do it in 10 minutes and just text for the rest of the 1 hour and 40 minutes. Really, that's like nothing in a regular class. But in AP classes, you learn a lot more because you have to do a lot more.
Okay, to respond to what he said, yeah, you're floating by in an AP class, but guess what? You're getting the grade for floating by. You're getting the grade you deserve for having that class. It's what you get, and it's just like what Aram said. Yeah, maybe it's not the class, maybe it's the teacher. If your teacher just kind of BS's the day, that's the teacher, not the class. And you're getting the grade that you deserve for floating on by in an AP class.
Can I respond to that? Alright, yeah, alright. So it might be the teacher, but if that grade is still going to show up on a transcript, then it doesn't matter if the teacher's great or horrible. It's still going to show up as a good grade. So that's all it matters to me. So.
Damn it.
I'd just like to point out one thing. I'm kind of neutral about the AP classes, but as college was explained to me and as I found out myself, there's a difference between weighted and unweighted grades. With weighted grades, they calculate in your APs, and so if you have a C in that class, then you get a B. But with unweighted, you get a C. And most colleges will look at the C and not the B. But you're like, wait, I took AP, it should be a B. It's like, who cares? You got a C. And that's how it is.
Hi everyone, I'm Matthew. And no one's brought this up, but I think the only reason AP should be kept is because it gives a suitable environment for the students. If there's kids who care about school and those higher level students, they need AP classes to be in that kind of environment. They don't want to be in regular classes with people who don't care, who play doodle jump in the back while there's a lecture. They don't want that. They need an environment for themselves, and that's what AP classes provide.
I'm hearing a lot of people say that AP classes don't count for college and they don't help you much in college. My sister, she's a third year at UCR right now, and she took 1 AP class her sophomore year, 5 AP classes her junior year, and 6 her senior year. And she started college, when she got her acceptance letter, she had 28 units done already. This will be her 3rd and final year in her undergrad. She's taking her LSAT, she's applying to Pepperdine for law school. So it does count for something. She had to take 1 less year. She'll probably have a law degree by the time she's around 20, 23.
My name's Niteesh. I see people saying that it doesn't help you, but you must take it. Isn't AP classes an optional course? Like, you don't have to take it, you can take regular. For example, Matt, he keeps saying, I'm going to go to a regular college, I'm going to go to community college, but I must take the AP classes. No, you don't. You can just take regular classes. You know you're going to go to regular colleges.
What I have to say about the Okay, negating your point, basically, I have to take AP classes. Why? I hate AP classes. I get by all the AP classes I have taken for the past 3 years. I've taken 5 this year, I took 4 last year, I took 1 over the summer too, just because I had to. Why? Because I want to get into college. Maybe not in the way Matt wants to, which Matt is going to go to college, but make sure he does. But basically, in the scenario I'm in, I have to take AP classes, and what this is doing is stopping my intelligence from growing. Why? Because my teachers suck. All of them. I'm sorry, they might get the national award or whatever, but they're amazing people in general. But sometimes I study in different methods than other teachers try and make students study. Like, for example, some teachers give buttloads of homework so you can have good work ethic. If I wanted to stay up all night and pull all-nighters, I would do so, which is I always do. I know how to do that, but I don't need to do that. Basically, if I didn't have to take AP class to get to college, what I would do is do my own research reports. I would basically study, document anything that's going around on me, make statistics, find what's actually going on in real life, and pick up a book myself without having to take an AP class from the extra class that I had to take. If I took a regular class, I would have 4 hours at home instead of 1 hour just to possibly sleep. I have not slept in the past week for more than 2 hours. Well, fine. Yesterday I slept for 6 hours. But basically, AP classes, what they do to us, they stunt our intelligence. Because you think you're smarter than someone, and this gives you an ego boost, but truly you're not. I can BS through all of my AP classes, which I've already done for the past 4 years. Now the next step is, I didn't learn anything. I could not produce any knowledge. I could not produce any type of report that actually meant something to, like, for biology, for example, we had a whole extinctions report. I wrote a 40-page report, and I swear to you, I don't think I remember any of it. I didn't learn anything from that crap. I had to go through 400 websites, 500 pages of documentation of what I was writing about. I didn't learn anything. Just because it was an AP class, I had to do it though. Versus if which I'm going to be doing next week, is documenting why we're so apathetical towards life in general, I will actually learn something from that just because I have the extra time to learn what I want to learn. AP classes just force us to learn something just to get into college. And we have to take AP classes if you want to go to a good college, which I do.
Alright, so someone over here said about environments in AP classes versus regular classes, and I can totally understand that. Me being in AP and non-AP classes, I get along with the people in my AP classes much more than I do my non-honors classes. I mean, it's not even the fact that some are smarter than others, it's the fact that people who join AP classes, like, I've got Beyond in one of my classes, I've got Montana in one of my AP classes, and I love them both so much because they're so cool. But in my other classes, I'm sitting there like mentally cutting my wrists waiting for the bell to ring because I hate everyone in there so much. And that's just my personal opinion. So I feel like it's more of a social thing, like what kind of group you want to be into more, the AP or the non-AP. So we should have that chance. And going back on the on something Chad said, Chad, who's your AP Psych teacher?
Mrs. Morgan.
Mrs. Morgan? All right. I had LeDuc, and I don't care how laid back she is, LeDuc's like 4,000 times more laid back. I'm like, he's so laid back. The project he gave me once was to make an island where a society would live on so that they can achieve perfect happiness. I made it about doing weed non-stop, and he gave me an A on it. Okay? I explained that Mr. Kliss lived on the island, and that he was the king of it. And I got an A for doing that. So, not like some people said, it's your teacher, not your class.